So in this last video, I'm going to be talking about the final bit of the Laos case study and opportunities and challenges. This is for the OCR A-Level Geography spec, and this is the bit I've highlighted where we're going to be covering it in this video. So one of the benefits of Laos and Thailand having a stable migration corridor where there's regular flow of people is that it encourages trade to happen between those countries. We talked about the friendship bridges in the last video. That's physical infrastructure that makes it easier for goods and people to get across the border. The governments are working much closely together, and therefore they're likely to trade with their neighbours. So Laos sends a lot of its exports to Thailand. Copper, gold, timber and textiles are some examples, but also some of the electricity they make from the hydro dams, they export that to be used by the Thai economy. The Thai government and businesses send back products, so vehicle parts and agricultural machinery, and we therefore see that both countries get something out of this. Laos gets to export and make money, and Thailand again gets to export and make money, but it also gets important resources for its growing economy. So there's a mutually beneficial relationship here, opportunities for both countries. One of the major issues in Laos is that a large percentage of people are living below the poverty line. So 22% of all families live below the poverty line. This would be a international standard, so below $1.90 of a day. That's by the UN's poverty measure. So any remittances that can be made by migrants are key to the economic development for many of these families. Some of these families rely heavily on the money made by migrants sent back to them. And we can see that this can be spent in local economy on goods. Example in the picture here is agricultural machinery to help people that are in the rural areas of Laos to improve their yields. That would make a significant amount of difference. It could also be on education. It could be on healthcare. Equally, it could be on products and services that they would need in the local economy. All of this increased in spending in the local economy leads to a multiplier effect. Those businesses grow, they employ more people, that leads to more growth, and more success breeds more success. So there's lots of opportunities via remittances here, getting people out of poverty and leading to growth for the economy in Laos. Because we've talked already about improved political relationships between places like Laos and Thailand, but also Vietnam, that you get money sent back from those governments to help the development of Laos. We call this foreign direct investment, or FDI, and a really good example here is that Vietnam has actually invested a significant amount of funds in an onshore wind farm in Laos. The Laos gets the benefit of this because they get money to invest in their big projects, and then they export the energy to Vietnam and Thailand. So again, we see this interdependence. Investment is happening into Laos, and then the countries that have invested in that get some benefit because of that. And we see up to 400 projects are actually in Laos at the moment, big projects like this that are happening because of investment from Vietnam, and Thailand would have a similar amount of projects happening as well. We just focused a little bit on political stability. This is a major benefit for both countries, or any of the countries involved, Laos, Thailand and Vietnam, because it means that they cooperate on issues that affect both of them, like trafficking, and that means that they build up this mutually beneficial relationship where both sides get benefits from an increasingly cooperative relationship. As long as those migration flows are stable and there aren't loads of problems, this is a real big opportunity for all the governments involved. However, there are challenges that Laos faced because of increased migration. Some sectors particularly suffer from the loss of workers who have emigrated. The garment industry, we can see here, is one of the largest in Laos's manufacturing sector, and it's losing a lot of key young female women to Thailand. They are really important in the industry, and they're going to Thailand for higher wages, which means that industry in Laos slows. It can't grow as well, it can't expand as well, and we start to get labour gaps appearing. The other major challenge is a brain drain. Lots of skilled labour is moving to Thailand in certain sectors. Carpenters and mechanics are particularly groups who have moved again for higher wages, which again leads to a skill shortage in the Laos economy. The last kind of major challenge to talk about, we've highlighted a little bit before. Most of the economic migrants that are moving in their first ever trip would be low skilled, very poorly educated and young, so under 18 or a similar age. And because of that, they are incredibly vulnerable to trafficking and forced labour. And this is a big challenge for the Laos government and the Thai government. Even though Laos has created anti-trafficking policies, and we talked about them in another video, it's been very hard to implement, and they often rely on support from the IOM, who obviously have lots of other issues that they're trying to organise. I've put what the IOM means there. So we again see this big problem that costs a lot of money for both governments. It also causes a lot of issues socially. And so migration can cause as many challenges as it can create opportunities for the governments and the people involved.